time to focus on the IPO here, shining at the New York Stock Exchange today. Klaviyo. You could take a look at the ticker symbol, KVYO, and it's our pleasure to have a very special guest with us right here on set. The company's CFO, Amanda Whalen's with us. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much.
So I had heard so much about Klaviyo. I knew it was coming to the New York Stock Exchange. The price indication, the range was out, then the range was raised again, and then the price priced even higher. It really shows you the demand. Are you pleased with how it's going today?
We are so excited to have new investors join us on the journey. And we're so proud of the way that investors were so interested in the value we deliver for our customers. Because this is a big day not only for Klaviyo, but for our customers as well.
Yeah, and it's looking up about 20% right now, folks, so it hasn't yet opened. The indications right now are around 36 to 38. So we will bring that, of course, when that happens. But in the meantime, they're just doing, some price exploration and getting the price exactly right between those buyers and sellers. In the meantime, I think the IPO market has taken off, and you came at the right time. You've been with the company a year and a half. Yep. This is more than a decade-old company. Why now coming public, and why at the New York Stock Exchange?
Yeah, we were excited to come out now because it's just a great time for the company. We have never had more confidence in the business. We are growing quickly. We are doing it with efficient economics, and we are, have a great road of growth ahead of us. So we're just excited about the time period for the company.
Yeah, it really is a great time to come out because we've seen a great reception as ARM and Instacart, and we had Kava and J&J spun off Kenvue. So I think that, it just feels like the IPO window is cracking and people are coming out once again. It brings some excitement along with it. That being said, $9.2 billion, that's the value, pretty hefty at this point. The competitive landscape, you compete against some of the really big guys like Salesforce and Adobe and MailChimp from Intuit. How do you, the competitive landscape, how does it look to you, and what's the outlook of the company?
Yeah, the outlook of the company is strong. We are focused on how do we deliver value for our customers. That is our number one differentiator, is that we deliver for them revenue in the form of something called Klaviyo attributed value. So what we're focused on, if you think about it, every marketer wants to be able to communicate, just like we're talking about, on a personalized basis. But that can be hard. And what Klaviyo does is it helps to make that easy for them. And so we're confident in the differentiation that we have in delivering that.
What I also saw, so we're talking about a lot of digital marketing, software as a service, and really data, compiling all that data of the customers. I was reading a story about Klaviyo over this past week, and it was about how, you would speak with, not you specifically, but you would speak with companies and they would have so many different things, but if you ask sometimes a simple question about consumers or something, they didn't necessarily have that, and you're providing tools to do that, right?
That's right. We bring all of a company's data about its consumers all together in one place and make it easy to use that data to communicate with customers in a personalized way. We're proud we have over 130,000 customers, businesses of all sizes. Some names you may have heard of like TaylorMade and Unilever and Spanx and Crumble Cookies, one of my kids' favorites.
I saw that. Skims, Good American, Supergoop, right? A lot of good ones here. So 130,000 of the world's most notable brands, and I'm sure just ever growing. What's the team and the employment picture, labor picture look like for the company?
Yeah, we have over 1,500 Klaviyos. They are an amazing group. One of the things at Klaviyo is that we have a group of high-slope, ambitious learners, and we're aiming it to make Klaviyo one of the best experiences of their career. It's the chance to be very entrepreneurial and help build a company.
Yeah, I saw over 1,500 employees, as you were noting here. As you accelerate, and this name actually comes from a Spanish word which means mountaineering pins, right?
Yes.
And climbing. Can you tell us that story?
The idea behind Klaviyo, it comes from a Spanish word for mountaineering pin, and the idea is a clavija is something that helps you do hard things.
Yeah.
We help our customers climb mountains, and the other thing that a mountaineering pin does is it has your back, and it helps you in case you fall.
Yeah, I mean, I think people really like a story like that, and it gets them closer to understanding what the foundation of the company was. When you think about the founders and when they put this together, what were some of the goals they were trying to reach and some of the things on the agenda even right now?
When AB and Ed were founding the company, they had been working with big enterprises, and they'd been working with big enterprises who had lots of data and massive technology budgets, but a really hard time getting that data all into one place to use it to speak to customers. And what they wanted to do was they wanted to make that easy, they wanted to make it seamless and simple, and then importantly, they wanted to bring that to businesses of all sizes, not just big enterprises, but everyone from entrepreneurs to small and medium businesses all the way up to the largest.
And I'd love to hear how your experience fits in this role that you're doing now. At the same time, when you think about Klaviyo and how it's growing and this vast amount of customers and companies that you're working with, it's pretty incredible. At the end of the day, when you're balancing the books as the CFO, you've got to have a higher rate environment. You have wages that have been on the rise. You have transportation costs on the rise, supply chain issues, and not that every one of those things affects your company directly, maybe. But I am curious to see, how is it handling the books? What are some of the big challenges these days?
I feel so fortunate to get to work with great founders like AB, which is what we call Andrew Bielecki, our CEO and co-founder, and Ed, because they bootstrapped this business. And so they have always believed that you can deliver three things. We are going to be a scale business, we are going to be a high growth business, and we're going to do it with great economics. And they believe that it doesn't have to be a trade-off between that if you are creative, if you're building a great product, you can grow quickly at scale and do it in a really efficient manner. And that strong DNA was a gift coming in as a CFO, because it means that we're always focused on delivering, through good economic times and bad.
Yeah, so having that high growth vision and that positive attitude, regardless of the economy, to continue to grow. And I think also during the pandemic, it also boosted companies like yours right into the spotlight as very quickly. I think a lot of people were looking for digital option, digitizing their data, working with other companies, and we really got brought to the forefront very quickly during the pandemic, unfortunately, but great to get us into the next thing. Right?
And what we found is that businesses want to be building digital relationships with their consumers. They certainly accelerated that during COVID, but we see this continual increase in people wanting digital relationships with the brands they love in a personalized way.
Yeah, and I'm so glad you were able to be with us on such a big day today.
Thank you.
So right now I still see the indication 36 to 38, so you'll keep your eyes peeled for Amanda Whalen, CFO of Klaviyo. Glad you were with us today, Amanda. Thank you very much.